Assalamu alaikum. I'm Jahangir Alam, lecturer in physics. I welcome you all in my online class. First of all, thanks to Almighty that I am still all right and carrying on my regular activities. Dear students, I also hope all of you are all right with your family members and passing your good moments. In our today's class, we are going to discuss a very important and interesting item or topic from the fifth chapter of physics first paper. Right? That is the chapter of work, energy and power. In our today's class, mainly we will discuss on the work done, stored energy or power regarding a body which can slide over an inclined plane. Okay? And I hope you will give full attention to our today's class and you will be benefited inshallah, because our today's class is very important for your exam. Okay, dear students, mainly we will discuss some mathematical problem regarding work, energy and power. Okay, so let's start our today's class. Dear students, here is our first mathematical problem. In the problem, they describe the situation with this figure, and they said that a car of 1000 kg is ascending from A to B starting from rest. In the figure they said that a car starting from A and it start from the rest, that is the initial velocity of the car at point A was 0 and it ascends to point B with this inclined plane which makes an angle 10 degree with the horizontal plane. The length of the inclined plane is 200 meter, right? This is all about the information or STEM of the question. First they said that determine the work done in ascending to point B. That's when you know if the car moves from A to B, there is a component of displacement of the car against the gravitational force. So work done by the gravitational force will be equal to the potential energy stored at point B, right? So first we need to determine the potential energy at point B, which will be equal to the work done to ascend from A to B. Okay, there is student here potential energy, you know the expression for the potential energy will be mgh. M is mass, g is gravitational acceleration due to gravity, and h is the vertical height or displacement. So if we consider the height of point B from the sea, or that is from the ground, is denoted by h, right? Then the work done or stored potential energy at point B will be mgh. So here for the solution of question A, here the mass of the body is 1000 kg, right? Acceleration g is equal to 9.8 meter per second square. H, height, so dear student, here the value of height is not given here, but we can calculate the value of h from the given information. You know this is a right angle triangle and h indicates the perpendicular of the right angle. Here 200 meter indicates the hypotenuse of the triangle. So from this information we can write h is equal to AB sine 10 degree. Okay, here AB is 200 meter multiplied by sine 10 degree, and after the calculation you will get it will be 34.73 meter. So these are the required information to calculate work to ascend at point B, or the potential energy stored at point B, right? We know potential energy at point B EP is equal to mgh. Here m is 1000, g is 9.8 and h is 34.73. So unit will be joule, right? And after the final calculation you will get 340,354 joule. Okay, so this is the energy or stored work done or stored energy at point B, right? I hope you got it. Now we are going to solve the next question, that is, they said that if the car attained a velocity of 20 meter per second at point B, you know the car start from rest at point A, and when it reaches to point B, if it attain a velocity of 20 meter per second, then determine the required power to attain at point B, right? So dear student, now we are going to determine the required power to attain a velocity of 20 meter per second velocity at point B. Okay, so dear student, you know when the car reaches at point B, for the height from the ground, it attain a potential energy that we have calculated in our previous part of the solution. And if the body attain a velocity, so it indicates that it simultaneously have a kinetic energy. So at point B, the body or the car have both potential energy and kinetic energy, right? So if the total energy, that is potential energy and kinetic energy, is divided by the required time to ascend point B, then we will get the required power. Okay, so dear student, first we need to determine the potential energy and kinetic energy at point B, and we need to determine the required time to ascend at point B. Then we will divide the total energy, that is the summation of potential energy and kinetic energy divided by the required time. Okay. Here potential energy, that is shown that we have calculated in our previous part. EP is equal to 340,354 joule, right? And the kinetic energy EK is equal to half mv square. Half, you know, m of the body is 1000 kg, and v, the body attain a velocity of 20 meter per second, right? So unit will be joule. So after the calculation you will get 2 lakh joule, right? So this is the total energy, that is potential energy and kinetic energy. Now we need to determine the required time to ascend at point B. So you know, if the required time is t, then we can write S is equal to u plus v divided by 2 multiplied by t, or t is equal to 2 multiplied by s divided by u plus v. Here 2 s is the distance traveled by the car, which is 200 meter divided by u. U means the car started from rest, so initial velocity will be 0. V, final velocity, is at a velocity of 20 meter per second at point B, that is the final velocity, and after the calculation you will get 20 second. This is the required time. So dear student, we have got all the required quantities, that is potential energy, kinetic energy and required time. Now power P is equal to EP plus EK divided by T. You know, EP is equal to 3405354 plus divided by time is 20 second, and after the calculation you will get 27017.7 and unit will be watt. Okay. So this is the required power for the car to ascend from A to B with a velocity of 20 meter per second. So dear student, I hope you got it. Dear students, here is our second mathematical problem. It is almost similar to the first one. In the question they said that a body of 50 kg is raised from A to B along AB plane at constant speed. Here constant speed means there is no acceleration. Then it is allowed to fall along BA plane, that is a body of 50 kg is raised from A to B with constant speed, and then it is allowed to fall from B to B, that is the body will slide along BA plane. The coefficient of friction between the plane and the body is 0.2, right? Dear student, to realize this, or for our better realization, we can consider the situation. Suppose there is the body whose mass is 50 kg, right? Here the weight of the body act downward direction, which is mg. Here the two component of the weight, one act along the BA plane. You know, if the angle is 30 degree, then another component will act like the perpendicular to the plane, which will balance the reaction force of the weight. Here this component of the weight will be mg sin theta or 30 degree, and this component, that is which balance the reaction force of the body, will be mg cos 30 degree, right? Since there is a friction also, so to ascend the body from A to B, we need at least balance the component mg sin theta, which is downward to the point A or along BA, and at the same time the friction between the body and the plane, right? So dear student, here the effective force, will be the summation of mg sin theta plus friction force. But here we know mg sin theta, we can determine the mg sin theta because m is given here 50 kg, g is 9.8 meter per second, sin theta is 0.5, but we don't know what is the friction force. Here the coefficient of friction is given. So first, using this value, we need to determine the friction force between the object and the plane. Okay, so dear student, here mass of the body m is equal to 50 kg, coefficient of friction mu k is equal to 0.2, then distance, the distance from A to B is 40 meter, so distance S is equal to 40 meter, and angle theta is equal to 30 degree, right? First we need to determine the frictional force. If the coefficient of friction is mu k and reaction force is R, then friction force Fk is equal to mu k multiplied by R, that is mg cos theta, right? So value of mu k is 0.2 multiplied by m means 50 kg multiplied by 9.8 into cos 30 degree, and after the calculation you will get 84.87 Newton. Okay, so total effective force to raise the body from A to B will be effective force F is equal to, it will be the total summation of mg sin theta plus Fk. So mg sin 30 degree plus Fk. So you know m is 50 kg, it's 9.8 into sin 30 degree plus Fk means 84.87 Newton. So after the calculation, dear student, you will get total force will be 329.87 Newton. So this is the total effective force. This is the total effective force or minimum force to raise the body from A to B. And here the displacement is 40 meters. So effective force F is 329.87 and displacement is 40 meters. So work will be the product of the applied force and the displacement, right? Now work W is equal to F into S, right? Here F means total effective force 329.87 multiplied by S. S means 40 meter and unit will be joule. So after calculation we get the final result 13194.82 joule, right? So dear student, this is the required amount of work. They said that determine the work done to raise the body from A to B. This is the required amount of work to raise the body from A to B. Okay, I hope you got it. Dear student, the next part of our second creative question is, and they said that show that the body conserve the total energy at point B, C and A. That is when the body is allowed to slide from B to A. That is when the body slide from B to A, it conserve the total energy at point B and C and A, right? That is we have to prove the law of conservation of energy for point B, C and A. Now we are going to start from B. At point B, you know, the body contains only potential energy because there is no velocity. They said that if we allow the body to slide, just we will allow, or will release the body from B. So there is no velocity initially. So kinetic energy at point B is 0, but there is a potential energy because the body is raised or situated at a height from the ground level. Okay. So at point B, the potential energy EP is equal to mgh, right? You know mgh, h is the vertical height of B point from D, and this h can be replaced by AB sin theta. In our previous calculation also we have shown that this is a right angle triangle, and for that AB is the hypotenuse, h is the perpendicular. So h is equal to AB sin 30 degree. So m is here m is 50 kg multiplied by 9.8, AB is 40 multiplied by sin 30 degree. So total potential energy will be 9800 joule, and since there is no velocity at point B, so the kinetic energy EK is equal to 0, right? So total energy will be EB is equal to EP plus EK. So it will be 9800 joule. Okay. So at point B the total energy is 9800 joule. Now we need to show the total energy at point C, and C is the midpoint. C is the midpoint of AB plane, that is BC is 20 meter and AC is also 20 meter. C is the midpoint of AB plane. Dear student, so at point B total energy will be 9800 joule, but when the body reaches at point C, you know, it maintain a height, that is there is a height of point C from the ground, so the body maintain a potential energy, and after traveling the distance from B to C, it's at a velocity, so the body also contain the kinetic energy. But here you have to consider that when the body slide over B and C point, there is a friction, so the body need to perform a work against the friction force. So total energy at point C will be the potential energy at that point, kinetic energy at that point, and work done by the body to reach from B to C. This is the total energy at point C. Okay. So to get total energy we need to determine potential energy, kinetic energy, and work done to reach from B to C. Okay. So here at point C, so here potential energy EP is equal to mg if the height of the point C from the ground is denoted by h prime, because the point of B is denoted by h, so point of C from the ground is denoted by h prime, then you will get mg here h prime. Dear students, in similar way we can determine the h prime, it will be AC sin 30 degree. So potential energy M is 50 kg, 9.8 AC, you know C is the midpoint of AB, so distance of AC will be 20 multiplied by sin 30 degree. So potential energy at point C will be 4900 joule, right? Now we need to determine the kinetic energy at point C, and to determine kinetic energy we need to know the velocity at point C. So dear student, since the body slide over the BA plane, there is a friction, and actually the body will slide due to the component of weight mg sin theta, because mg sin theta is directed to towards the direction of BA. So due to this component the body will try to move or try to slide along BA plane, right? But there is a opposite reaction force, that is friction force. So effective force, here effective force will be mg sin theta minus friction force Fk. Due to this force, that is the difference of mg sin theta and Fk will be the effective force, and due to this effective force there is a acceleration. This acceleration will help us to determine the velocity at point C, right? So first we need to determine the effective force which act along BA plane, right? Effective force, if F, here F is equal to mg sin theta minus Fk, right? That is when, if due to the force, if the acceleration of the body is a, then we can write F is equal to ma is equal to mg sin 30 degree minus Fk. You know, in our previous calculation we show that the value of Fk is 84.87 Newton, okay, or A is equal to mg sin 30 degree minus 84.87 divided by m. So using the value of m, that is 50 kg, 9.8 sin 30 means half, 0.5 minus 84.87 divided by m, m means 50 kg. So after the calculation you will get the acceleration will be 3.2 meter per second square. This is the acceleration along BA plane. So due to this acceleration we need to, or we will able to determine the velocity at point B. That will help us to determine the kinetic energy. If velocity at C is v, then we can write v square is equal to ev square plus 2a, a means acceleration and distance will be bc, right? So direction, you know, u means initial velocity at point B, initial velocity was 0, so 0 plus 2 into a means 3.2 multiplied by bc, so bc will be 20. So v square, the value of v square will be 128, right? Now the kinetic energy Ek is equal to half m v square. So half m means 50 kg and v square, you know, the value of v square is equal to 128, and after the calculation you will get 3200 joule. This is the kinetic energy. So dear student, here potential energy is 4900, kinetic energy is 3200. Now we need to determine the work done against the friction force, okay? Now work done against friction if denoted by W. W is equal to Fk into S, right? You know the value of Fk. Here the value of Fk already we have determined in our previous calculation. It will be 84.87 multiplied by S. So here S means B to C. Here B to C is 20 meter. And work done will be 1697.4 joule. Okay, so total energy now total energy at point C if denoted by EC. EC will be the summation of potential energy, kinetic energy, work done and kinetic energy. So 4900 plus kinetic energy 3200 plus and work done 1697.4 joule, right? And it will be 9800 joule. So total energy at point B, which was 9800 joule, and total energy at point C, which is also 9.800 joule. Okay, so now we are going to see, or we are going to show the total energy at point A. Similarly, at point A, the total energy will be the summation of potential energy, kinetic energy and work done against the friction force from to reach from B to A. You know, here the height of the point A from the ground is 0. So here potential energy will be 0, but there is a kinetic energy and there is a work done, right? So at point A, here potential energy EP is equal to 0, kinetic energy EK is equal to half m v square. You know, half m v square, we know the acceleration of the body when it slides along BA plane was 3.2, that we have calculated in our previous part. So the velocity attained at point E will be expressed as u square plus 2 into A into S. S means BA. Distance is here BA. So after the calculation, 1 by 2 into m, m means 50 kg, here u is 0 plus 2 into 3 decimal 2 into BA, BA means 40. So dear student, after the calculation, the total kinetic energy will be 6405 joule. This is the total kinetic energy. Now the work done against the friction force. Work W is equal to Fk into S. Here distance is AB, right? You know the friction force, value of friction force is 84.87 multiplied by AB. Distance is 40 meter. So it will be 3395 joule. Okay. Now the total energy at point A, which is denoted by EA, it will be the summation of potential energy, kinetic energy and work done. So 0 plus potential energy 6405 plus kinetic energy 3395 joule. So it will be 9800 joule. Okay. So at point A, total energy EA is equal to 9800 joule, right? So dear student, from the calculated value, we observe that total energy at point B, at point C and at point A are the same. So we can say that energy is conserved when the body slide from B to A at point B, C and A. So energy is conserved at point B, C and A. Dear student, I hope you have enjoyed our today's class, and I hope you will be benefited from our today's class, because this class is very important and this type of problem is very important for your exam, right? So after that, if you have any confusion about our today's class, you can contact your subject teacher, you can contact with me, right? So wishing my good wishes for all of you and thanking you to all being present with my class, right? Inshallah, we will meet in another class again. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.